The Montana House of Representatives heard passionate debate today on how the state's National Guard can be deployed, and the future of nuclear energy in Montana took a big step forward. MTN's Ali Kaiser was at the state capitol for the packed floor session.
It was a whirlwind of a day as Montana lawmakers heard legislation that could have a big impact on energy production. And they also had some fiery debates about the Montana National Guard. House Bill 404, proposed by Republican Representative Lee Deming, saw heated discussion, with the bill being brought directly to the floor after an exchange between the sponsor and the majority leader.
These are people that go out and fight fires. They're there in the middle of an emergency. When there's a flood, you call the National Guard. Now we want to strip all that away. How does that help the people of Montana?
The bill would have changed when the National Guard is able to go into any federal duty, including active duty, until the United States Congress makes an official declaration of war. The last time they did this was during World War II, and opponents of the bill noted how the Guard was still used in Iraq and Iran.
Hearing a session and a half of horror stories about drug trafficking in Indian country, deliberately targeting your communities, I thought, why send our Guard overseas when there's such a need here?
Two Montana representatives who are members of the National Guard spoke out against the bill. House Bill 404 failed on second reading, 41 to 58. Also debated were two bills proposed by Republican Representative Gary Perry of Colstrip, which would set the groundwork for nuclear energy production in Montana. House Bill 623 would provide a way to manage the waste that comes from producing nuclear energy. Montana's indigenous tribes would be consulted if a facility is created, and voters would decide whether or not a plant could be established in their county. House Bill 696 would allow for facilitating the mining and milling of uranium for nuclear-powered energy, so Montana would not be dependent on enriched uranium from Russia.
This is an issue of trying to make sure that we're not depending on a foreign adversary for our fuel source.
Both bills saw strong support from the House, passing their second readings. Now, speaking with members of the House Energy Committee, they told us that if these bills become laws, we could see projects within the next decade. At the Capitol, I'm Ali Kaiser, MTN News.